Hey everyone, welcome to the GameGravy Rewind podcast. This is episode 79, and I have Chris with me. Say hi, Chris.
What's going on?
And I am back from Vegas.
Oh.
I spent the Memorial weekend there, and Vegas did not let me escape very easily.
No, they didn't.
No.
They hold you captive. They wanted you to spend all your money.
Yeah. For some reason, there was a flight from New York coming on that was delayed, and I wound up leaving at freaking 1:30 a.m. Pacific time, and I got back at 6:30 or something like that, 7 o'clock Eastern time. It was just ridiculous. I was up for 24 hours straight.
Holy crap.
And I could not. I mean, it was a beautiful view out the window, but I couldn't sleep. They upgraded me for free. I forgot about that. They upgraded me to Sky. I flew Delta, so they upgraded me to Sky Priority, which is the highest priority to get on, so you get on the plane first.
Right.
And then they upgraded me to first class, which I'm not going to complain about. And they gave me a window seat in first class, which is great. And the bathroom was literally right next to my seat in the front of the plane. So,
but that has its benefits, but also has its not so benefits as much, because you could be on a plane with a guy who needs to take a real bad crap and just go in
yes.
there and just stinks up the whole thing, and you're like, oh my god.
Well, it wasn't that close to me. It was, on the other side of it. It was on the right side of the plane, and I was sitting all the way on the left next to the window.
Oh, okay.
But it was in the front, so I was within walking distance and nothing blocking me. I didn't have to say, excuse me, can you get out of my way? Can you get up so I can go to the bathroom? I could literally just stand up and walk.
Oh,
which
okay.
was awesome. But Vegas was great. I made money. I learned how to play craps for the first time. I bet $10 that somebody gave me, by the way, because they were teaching me how to play, and I turned that $10 into $106. Yeah.
That is the way of the American dream.
Yes, it is. Everybody was high-fiving and screaming, and I was good at rolling the dice. I'm surprisingly a good dice roller, so I rolled 20 times before I hit a 7, and people were like, yes, that was an awesome run. So when I left, everybody cashed out and left because they're like, that's not going to happen again. That was good. And the little electronic horse races in Old Fremont, Old Casino, and the D was the only one that they have out there. Put 75 cents in because it's a quarter machine, and won $27.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was a good time. It was a good time, and I went on a desert hike.
That's ridiculous.
I know. You have to get these huge 7-Eleven Big Gulp cups to put all the quarters in. It's kind of ridiculous. But it's fun, and it's hilarious, because you get to go to the cashier, and you're like, hi, I got all these quarters. Can I get money? Thanks.
I can only imagine how they're I pretty much imagine how they're at my job, since I work at Publix, and then people come in with Coinstar, and they're like, I just have this bucket of coins, I'm just going to dump it in here.
No, it wasn't like that. It was fine. They're used to that. And they don't take money from it. They just give you the cash right away, which is great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I went into a hike, on a hike in the desert, and I went to a place called First Creek Trail. It's in Spring Mountain Ranch State Park, which is only 25-30 minutes away from Vegas, and it's gorgeous, it's lush, there's mountains, and there's a waterfall in it. So, I use an application called All Trails on my phone, and it found all the highest rated trails. So I was able to do a little bit of everything out in Vegas, and I'm glad to be back, though.
That's
glad
good.
To be back.
Good to have you back, sir.
Yeah. The highlight of my last day, though, was the Taco Bell Cantina on the Strip. They have freaking Baja Blast and all those frozen slushies, the Freezies, but with liquor.
That's awesome.
And you can pick any liquor. Rum, tequila, vodka.
Did they have food, too, or no?
Oh, yeah. It was a food place. Yeah, they had food, but, they had slushy liquors there, because it's,
So did you get your slushy liquor with some naked chicken chips?
Yes, I had some of those. They were pretty good. They're greasy, but they were good. But yeah, now I'm gonna want Taco Bell. Thanks, man.
Oh, you're welcome. I didn't bring it up. You did.
Nah, I know. All right, let's get to it. Right. So we're following up from last week's episode, from episode 78. The arms test punch happened this past Memorial weekend.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I didn't play it because my hotel Wi-Fi didn't work at first, and then I got it to work. The Switch had an update, and it updated it, and it was awesome. And then after I updated it, the window popped up that said, accept terms and conditions of your hotel internet. And I was able to click it and then hit accept. and then download it. But it was on Sunday, and it was like at 11:58 Pacific time. So right when it finished downloading, and I entered it in, it said the test punch was over, and because it only ran for an hour, which I'm very pissed about. But whatever.
But it was like 3 days. It was like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I was in Vegas, and the internet didn't work on my Switch. Well, I had to take it to Starbucks or somewhere where it actually freaking worked. And then I did the update, and then when I got back to the hotel, I was able to download the game.
Well, to be honest with you, the test punch was actually available to download, like, after we had that episode. After we recorded,
didn't know that.
Recorded the episode.
I didn't use my Switch every day. So.
It's okay. It's okay. We know you're a Nintendo hater. It's okay.
I'm not a Nintendo... dude, believe me, I'm not a Nintendo hater. Everybody knows.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, I just was busy because of my trip and work, so I didn't realize that. That was my fault, because if I would have had it already done, I could have just played it right away. But, okay, tell us how it is. Because since I don't play it, I have zero... My comments still stand from the last podcast. I had 0 hands-on, so Chris, let everybody know from the Sony guy who likes his Nintendo Switch a lot, how is because you agreed with me on some of the comments from last week about being just a punching game and what's unique about it, and everybody on our Nintendo Fever Facebook community, which everybody should join if they like Nintendo stuff, which is awesome. It's our other site, it's our sister site. I was like, what's awesome about Switch, and everybody's like, it's great. Or what's great about ARMS? They're like, it's great. It's Nintendo. It's so Nintendo. It's a unique Nintendo game. It's fun. Well, what's fun about it? It's a boxing game. Is there anything new? What's cool? So let us know.
Honestly, okay, here we go. I played all the days it was available for the past weekend.
Okay.
The first time I jumped in a couple matches, imagine like you punching with one arm or you punching with the other. I was just using the face buttons. I was not actually really punching because I think that's silly and it reminds me of the Wii. So I was just using the face buttons.
Oh, okay. You weren't using the gesture controls.
No, right? I wasn't using gesture controls at all. But can
you punch both at the same time, like both your fists?
Yes. Once you punch both at the same time, you're going in for a grab. You can grab the other guy, swing him around, and do like this combo big hit thing.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And then when you punch, you can actually curve your arm to where like it'll hit him at an angle or hit him up or whatever the case may be.
So how do you do that without gesture control?
That you do with your stick when you're moving with your stick after you punch.
Okay.
It's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I won a couple matches, then got my butt whooped. And then they have the one I thought was kind of weird because there's a free for all with 4 players. There's like 4 of you in a circle and you all just punching each other. I thought that was kind of weird.
You can't communicate, so everybody's like, "What are we doing? Who are we punching?" All right.
Yeah. So it was kind of weird, and the switching between the characters of who you're going to punch was weird. But I mean,
like toggling, like locking on to someone.
Yeah, because once you have to flip the right stick, and you like, oh, I'm onto that guy now, and then flip it over. You're like, oh, I'm onto that guy, but that guy hit me, and yeah, it was just a bunch of confusing mess. But I mean,
was it smooth?
It was crazy silky smooth. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. It was crazy silky smooth. I like for what it is, but I don't think it's a $60 game.
Okay. Well, were there other modes? You said there was a free for all, which sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And then just 1-on-1. Like, were there any other type of things to do? Like any different modes that were like actually creative or unique?
No, because those I'm assuming weren't unlocked yet. But the next test punch which is happening, I think this weekend, is going to have different modes that will introduce all of that. The different at some point during the match, it can be the four free for all or fatal 4-way or whatever, or it can be a team match where 2 people against two against 2.
Okay.
There is a bomb that falls out of pretty much the center of you guys, and you pretty much have to punch it to the point where it'll explode more onto the
other team member side.
Yeah, the other team than you.
So in total, like the different modes that there are, even if they're grayed out, how many different modes were there like available?
I mean, I couldn't really tell, honestly. It was just like pretty much once you locked in,
What
you
do
go
you
to
mean
a
you couldn't
ranked
tell?
match.
Like, you could pick, like, one on one, 2-on-2, 4-on-4.
No,
like...
no, you couldn't pick that at all. You pretty much go into a pool and it decides it for you.
Oh, that's lame. Okay, so you didn't see in the menu saying, like, you get to pick what mode you want to play or whatever. You get what you get.
You're in a pool with like maybe 6, maybe 8 other players, and it can be 2 against. You can be cycle through and be like, oh, you guys are gonna match up, and then you'll break off, and then you'll match up with someone else, and then like, oh, there's 4 of you now. You're matching up together, and it could be teams or it could not be teams.
How did you like that?
I thought it was okay, because I mean, I didn't really see it a game that I'll probably be getting right off the bat.
Okay.
Unless I really, really needed to.
Mm-hmm. Which nobody needs to buy any games. It's not like a necessity. It's just for entertainment. But yeah.
Yeah. But like, I mean, I still play Mario Kart. I'm still playing Zelda, so I mean, I don't really need it right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it sounds interesting that, that's probably how they just stress tested every version. Is just put you in a pool and you get what they want to see the test results on.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to keep it that way on the real game, like have a one-person mode and an online mode, and online mode is like, randomized. That way all the modes get played, or if you get to actually select individual modes, because I know in certain online games some things get chosen more than others. So that, like, how would they deal with, like, if like someone wants to play 4-on-4 but like nobody else wants to play that because it's annoying? How do they fix that? So I can see them doing like an online queue thing just to like put anybody in a random party like that.
Oh, before I forget, there was actually one mode in there that caught me off guard: volleyball.
Volleyball? What the heck?
Volleyball.
How do you play volleyball? Like, you punch up on the ball, or how does that work?
You punch the ball. The ball goes up automatically and goes onto their side, and they have to punch it, and they have to go on your side. That kind of thing.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was quick because the fact the ball was moving so fast, because you're sitting there punching and it goes like freaking lightning.
Well, is it like
quick.
Rocket League, where like the ball is huge, or is it like?
It's like medium size, huge. It's not like small, but it's like it's a good size, kind of like Rocket League, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good example.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun. I mean, I would want to try that out. That sounds actually that sounds something unique.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool. Boxing volleyball, what the heck? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, well, let's move on to the next thing then. So, I mean, you thumbs upped it, but you said it's not worth $60.
I don't think it's worth $60. I'll pay. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're going to talk about this next game that I'd paid $40 for, but anyway, if I had to guess, if I was going to buy it, I'll probably buy it probably like at $40, which is $20 less. But anyway.
Well, it seems like on the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo's pricing games weirdly, because people are saying the 1-2 Switch game was not worth $50, and it's $50. So, and Street Fighter 2, like that remake or whatever, is $40, which should only be, I don't know, $15.
Because it's over 20 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe even $10 I would pay for. If it was $10, I'd buy it. I would have bought it right away. I know before people are like pounding their fists on their desk if they're listening to this, saying, "But it's got online now." Yeah, I get that. But
and we just had Ryan complain on Twitter saying the fact that it's so laggy, and the fact that it's connecting issues.
So fix that and drop the price.
Yeah.
But it just feels like their pricing is skewed. Like, if it's not like a major title, it's like, if something's not a major title, it shouldn't be full price. I get why they're making ARMS full price, because it's a brand new IP and it's unique. But if it's not in depth, full of content, then I don't know. I wouldn't make it full price. But anyways, let's move on to the next game. The next game that is a game that came out on Friday, right?
Yes.
Ironically.
Came out on Friday.
And it's Friday the 13th. And
Friday the 13th.
And it's on what platforms?
It's on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, or Steam.
Sweet. So what type of... I mean, obviously Friday the 13th is a horror movie.
Yes.
So what type of game is it? Let us know.
I'll give you the gist.
Because you bought it.
Yes, I bought it. $40.
And the ratings are like 6 or 7.
Yeah. Mainly because of the fact of issues that are going on with it right now. But I'll give you the gist of it that's going on.
All right.
Pretty much Friday the 13th, you're in Camp Crystal Lake, or I forgot what the other camp was, and you're playing as a counselor, or you playing as Jason. Now,
you pick? That's freaking awesome.
There's a 1 in the 8th chance of you playing Jason, and pretty much what you have to do if you're a Jason, you just pretty much like a game of hide and go seek. You have to go seek out the other counselors and kill them. Simple enough. But if you are a counselor, you have to figure out a way to get out of the camp. You can either call the police. You have to find batteries and whatnot throughout the campsites and whatnot. You can find the batteries to try to call the police, or you can try to drive out of there with a car, and then you have to get the car battery, you have to get gas, put that in and whatnot, all while Jason is hunting you down, and he has these abilities where he can pretty much warp or whatever to your location faster and anything like that. And so he can hear footsteps.
Okay.
It's cheap, don't get me wrong, but when you see Jason standing right behind you when you're playing this, and you're like, holy crap, and you pretty much start running. But you, as a counselor, you can arm yourself. You can arm yourself with a machete or golf club or something of that nature. You can actually hit Jason, and sometimes he will actually fall down.
Interesting.
But he'll always get back up because, I mean, it's Jason.
He's Jason. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, you can find yourself, get out of the campsite and whatnot. You can do the car. You can do a boat the same exact way you can do a car.
Okay.
And you can call in. I forgot what this guy's name is. But he was in the movies where he actually stood up to Jason and had the shotgun kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Where pretty much you can come back as that character if you've already died. And you can just shotgun Jason and eventually somewhat kill him. From what I'm hearing, you can actually kill Jason, which is interesting.
Wow.
And the match will end. Or you can just hide for however long I think it's like 10 or 15 minutes the matches are, and then pretty much it will end.
Wait, matches. So is this online?
Yes, it's all online.
Oh my god. Okay. They don't have single player mode, or they do?
They do not have single player mode at all. It's all online.
I don't know how I feel about that, because what if people aren't playing it?
There's a lot of people playing it. It is like the #1 game on Twitch right now. A lot of people are playing this.
Really? Okay. Why is Kotaku and all these other game outlets saying it's horrible?
Because the fact of like when they're having the same trouble as what small developers are having when they bring out a game and it's really popular. People buy a crap load of it and overload the servers. All throughout the weekend, there have been server issues to the nth degree. Okay. It'll take you maybe 2-3 minutes to even find a game sometimes. And then it'll be like, oh, well, we can't connect you online. We can't do this and all this stuff. And then Adam Sessler and his team have been trying to get things back up and running and whatnot. And then it does come on and it does work at times. And, I mean, people have to understand that this is a small team that made this game. They weren't expecting like as popular as it got. And then when it got this big, it's just like...
It's like Friday the 13th is an awesome franchise, and they've always had those games for it, but the games were just never that good.
Right.
So it's a cool concept, though, and it's cool moving. Yeah.
And it's clearly moving units and whatnot. I mean, like I think this is like, compared to, I forgot who made No Man's Sky.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Either way, at least this development team
did.
Yeah, a liar did, exactly. Pretty much this development team, if you follow their Twitter, they're tweeting things like nonstop, giving you updates and like how they're sorry and they're working on things right now, and like they'll give you patch updates as soon as they happen and everything. They keep in constant contact with you, unlike I think it's Hello Games that made No Man's Sky. Unlike the No Man's Sky team, who just pretty much like, you know what, we're not going to say anything until we feel like it.
Well, yeah, that's a horrible way to do it, you know. You're right. The developer is Hello Games. But yeah, interesting. Okay, so
and this game started off as a Kickstarter as well. So I mean, you have to think of it like that.
Okay. Yeah, and it sounds cool. It looks cool. I was looking at it. A lot of reviews, like even on Steam, it's rated as a 6 on Steam. But you're probably right because most gamers are like hardcore about like patches and stuff like that and support.
Right.
Um, but it's got about 4,156 reviews. You should do a review of it.
Yeah, I probably will.
I mean, it doesn't have to be crazy long, but it'd be awesome. And you know what we could do is maybe I'll buy it and then we could play together and stream that shit. And I'll make a video and we could put it up in your review
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
because that would be
sounds
really fun. And we could actually talk to each other because it's PlayStation.
good.
Can you play in a
crazy.
group? Can you like if we were in the same party, like in a party chat? Is it just like will it put us in the same game?
I think so. I think so. I have not tried it. There is a private match that you can do, but like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, you want to play with other people.
Yeah, you want to play with
Obviously,
other
where
people.
you can't be on the same team. It's a horror game and survival, so like someone's gonna be Jason and everybody else is gonna be the counselors. But like, that'd be cool. If you're in the same party, can we play in the same game?
Right.
You
I
know?
wonder if we can do that.
I don't
Also,
know.
as well, there's actually unlockables that you can get in the game. All the counselors are not unlocked unless you actually really play the game pretty much a lot and level up. Once you level up,
okay.
more counselors will unlock and their abilities will get better as far as like running away and whatnot.
Okay, that's awesome. Cool. Yeah, I want to see how they do Camp Crystal Lake and stuff. This is gonna be, it's gonna be awesome.
I mean, it's awesome. You can go into a cabin, barricade the door, and Jason will will just bust in there, and you're hiding underneath the bed, or you're hiding in a bookcase, and you're just like sitting there, just waiting, holding your breath.
Wait,
like
is there a single player story mode at all in any way?
No,
In
no.
any capacity? There's not.
No.
Okay. That's fine. It's just curious. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, there's not. I mean, if I had one time, I can share this real quick, and we'll move on to the next one.
Okay.
One time I was just like strolling through, and then like whenever Jason gets by, the music starts creeping and doing the whole like cha 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 cha,
Nice.
and then like I pretty much saw him and it was like holy crap, and I had machete in my hand and I swiped at him and kept swiping and swiping until he fell down.
Oh.
What's up?
By the way, I was just gonna say I was looking at the developer site right now. Sorry to cut you off, but the
Yeah, okay.
game will include single player in the summer.
Huh?
It's gonna come as an update.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Sorry, so I figured that was a pretty big deal.
Oh, that's awesome. No, but like pretty much, I swiped at him. Jason fell down, and I was like scared out of my mind. So I like ran like maybe 50 yards to another cabin. I went past the first cabin and like, okay, he's gonna look for me in there. I'm gonna go to the second cabin. Went to the second cabin.
He's there.
Locked the door, barricaded the door, turned off all the lights, hid underneath the bed, and next thing you know, I heard the door bust open and him walking up toward the bed and taking the axe and just start going off on the bed where I'm underneath. I'm like, oh crap, I'm dead. And yeah, I eventually died.
That's funny. So he went ham on you. Did he follow you, or were you being loud, or?
I think it was the fact of me being loud because I was running.
Okay.
The whole way there, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, you gotta sneak and be quiet. But yeah, I get that. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, well, let's move on to the next game. So it sounds like everybody should check that game out because it sounds
Yes.
fun. All right, so I'll talk about the two games I talked about last time. I was unsure last month what game to get because I can get like a game a month normally. I try not to go over that because they just wind up becoming backlogs. So,
Right.
But I did wind up getting two. I broke my cardinal rule. I got Injustice 2, and I got Persona 5. And
Okay.
I have to tell you, I'm happy with both. I do have a little bit of gripes once in a while that I get slowed down. The controller, I'm just not a fan of the Mortal Kombat system, although it is really smooth. Sometimes I'm not used to it. You know what I mean? So, like, certain combos are ridiculous to pull off. I did have an issue in the training mode. There was one type of move that just would not execute. And I did it with the D-pad, and I did it with the analog sticks, but it just wouldn't do it. And I was doing it correctly because I would watch the example, and then
Right.
do the exact controls, and he, like or I don't remember if it was Batman or Superman. I think it was Batman. He would do the same move as the video, like identical to the T. I got so good at it, I was able to copy the video so it looked like it was playing the video again almost.
Right.
And it didn't recognize it and move it forward. I don't know if that was just a weird glitch or what, because I wanted to complete it because I didn't know if there's like an achievement for it for doing the whole tutorial. But I was just like, that was frustrating. So certain things like that happened in the game where I was like, I couldn't pull off certain moves or didn't recognize it and I was doing it correctly, but whatever.
That actually did happen to me too, because I was doing one trait. I forgot it was either super or some special combo I was doing, and I did exactly the same, and it wouldn't register. I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, like that was the issue.
It got to the point where I was like, "You know what? I'm just going to share play with my friend," and share play with him. He did the exact same thing I did, and it wouldn't register. I'm like, "Are you freaking serious?"
Yeah. So there has to be some sort of bug. They'll probably update that and patch it. I don't know, but the story is really good.
Yes.
And the character animation is amazing. And so, like, all the negative stuff I take back. I really like it. It's fun. I'm not that far yet because I was on my trip. I got all the way up to Grodd.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I'm going to probably finish it off and keep playing. But it's super smooth how it goes from story to, like, it feels like you're playing a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fights are really, really fun. It was awesome to see Swamp Thing, too. I was like, holy crap, that's awesome. And that was cool. And same, you know what? Honestly, same with Persona 5. It feels like I'm playing a movie, an interactive movie. The controls are really seamless. It's like watching an anime. It's so fun, and the battle system's super smooth. I'm really, really, really liking it. I'm only about an hour into Persona 5, but it just feels like there's a lot of depth to it right now.
Okay.
And it just keeps expanding more. It's like an action RPG. It feels like.
I don't know. I'm actually not turned off by it, but I'm like almost like hesitant to almost even play a Persona game because the fact that I know how many hours that goes into that game. Like I know one podcast I listen to, the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I beat it within like 100 hours." I'm like, 100 hours? What do you mean?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no, there's a lot. Like I think the minimum someone said was like 70 or 80 or something like that. So, which is what I put into Zelda, and I'm still going at Zelda. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I recommend those two games. I like it. I'm gonna try to do a review of Persona 5 when I get done with it. But yeah, we'll try to get Injustice out. I'm not sure if anybody else is doing Injustice 2 or not. I gotta find out.
I don't know.
Otherwise, I'll just start doing all the reviews if I can.
Just do them all, man. Just do them all.
No, it's too much work to do everything myself. You're gonna do Friday the 13th though. I'm gonna hold you on that. I'm gonna bug you.
I'm doing Friday the 13th.
All right.
Don't worry.
So we're running close on time here. Let's talk about the next game.
Right.
What did they reveal?
Far Cry 5.
Woo! I know you're a big Far Cry fan.
Oh yes, definitely. Ever since 3 with Voss, that was
awesome. I did like that a lot. He was crazy, so crazy,
yeah.
And unpredictable.
The definition of insanity.
Yes, truly insane.
He's doing the same thing over and over again, and thinking something would change. Just that, I mean, Voss in Far Cry 3 pretty much started that game with is so awesome. Between 3, 4, Primal was okay.
Yeah, I didn't do Primal for some reason. It just didn't appeal to me for some reason. I don't know why.
4 and Primal are okay. But they unveiled Far Cry 5. Comes out February 27th of 2018.
All right.
They released a trailer for it. It takes place in Hope, Montana, so in the United States.
Okay.
Modern day and everything else like that. Seems like the bad guy is some twisted dude. Like the box art is literally, the Last Supper of the Bible and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty much like this guy, the villain, like pretty much guns everywhere and his people around him. He's thinking like he's God or Jesus in that matter.
Wait, in Montana, is it like a cult or like what?
It seems like it is a cult because it's dealing with a church a little bit.
So you know what happened 2 days ago, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like, so like someone threw up a petition to cancel Far Cry 5 or change it because they said
There,
it's an insult to your fan. Far Cry 5 is an insult to your fan base, the Americans who make up the majority of your customers, and it's time that you woke up to that fact. Change this or cancel the game.
I mean,
How do you feel about that?
this game has been in development for a very long time. For them just to cancel it altogether, I mean, Ubisoft's going to lose a lot of money with doing that.
Yeah, I don't feel like they're gonna change it, but I don't know why people are so outraged. It's just a freaking video game. We do this kind of crap with other countries like South America, the Middle East, and like
Look at
like-
Resident Evil 5,
like-
for instance. Like,
yeah, like you go to Africa, and is that the African one?
yeah, that was the African one.
Yeah, with all the
where
virus.
where they had to input Sheva for like what reason? No reason at all. Just because
Yeah.
the fact that people got butthurt about it.
Yeah.
Because Chris Redfield went to Africa to kill zombies.
Yeah, you know what? It's like I don't get that. We can go to Africa, we can go to Afghanistan, we can go to Iraq, we can go to Europe, all over Europe. We can
Yeah.
go to Japan. Resident Evil 5 or
Yeah.
6, Resident Evil 6. We can go to all these other places and screw up their country. Look at Wildlands. We make all these other Latin countries and South American countries look like they're just glorified gang and cartel territory, which yeah, take note, some of the territory is, but very not the whole country's like that,
Yeah.
and you're dropping in as a special ops agent all over the country just killing people, you know what I mean? So it's if anything, it's a video game, it's all fantasy.
Exactly. Let me look at Grand Theft Auto. Seriously?
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto, Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
hacking the city, all that stuff.
I mean that happens, but no, yeah, California Grand Theft Auto, just I don't know. You're right. I think it's actually kind of cool that they're doing it in America for once, because you don't get to see that crap that often in games, and it's nice that they're changing it up a bit and doing something unique. It's a different change of pace. I was wondering why they never did it in America, and now I find out people are just getting pissed.
Yeah, they're just getting all butthurt.
Yeah, I actually, you know what? Some people are saying that the petition is actually a PR stunt release, and if it is, it's smart marketing, because it's what it does. Look what it's doing right now. We're talking about it.
Yeah, that's true. It gets people to talk about it. I mean, the game's not out for. I mean, I thought this game was going to come out this year, but apparently not. They're pulling the. I don't know what they're doing with Ubisoft, but I mean, hey, if they want to do it that way, do it. Because I thought it was going to be like a Western, and it was going to take place since Red Dead Redemption 2 got pushed back to 2018.
Well, this is going to come out in February 27th of 2018. That's when it's scheduled.
Yeah, but originally what I was thinking before it came out, and there was a bunch of rumors going on, the fact that it was going to be a Western. It wasn't going to take place in Hope, Montana during the present time. I thought it was going to be a Western, and it's take place in Montana, was cool, whatever. And then it was going to be a Western, and I was scared because the fact that Red Dead Redemption was going to come out this year, but then Red Dead Redemption got pushed back, and then a day later they released Far Cry 5 coming February 27th. I was like, oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah, well, I'm glad at least. I'm glad they're doing something unique and they're trying to push it. I hope it's good. I didn't care for Primal too much, so this feels like it could be something unique. So, I don't know. As to move on, because we're seriously running out of time here. E3, it's coming up soon. It's in June.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I might be going. I'm not sure. I still have to check. If I do, we're gonna get awesome coverage. If I can't for some reason, we'll just have to see. It sucks that it always comes down to the wire, but it's always like that last minute for media.
Right.
And one thing to note is, and this happens, every year or I don't know, close to every year, or for the past couple of years it's been going on. But the PlayStation press conference is going to be playing in movie theaters in select areas throughout the United States, and it's free admission. And that's going to be happening on June 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm going to throw up the link to PlayStation's blog and where you can find out where it's playing and if you have one in your area. I'll put that in our post so that you can see it. But that's a pretty awesome experience for those people that can't go to E3. And,
And the Sony fanboys like myself that want to see everything on the big screen.
Right? And they're not even taking your money. They're not even taking your money.
I know. See God of War on the big screen. The
But
Last
you know
of Us
what?
Part 2.
Right? But I wonder if you can still buy popcorn and candy. You know, probably.
Probably, because I'm pretty sure other movies will be playing around the time. People want to see Baywatch and Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Don't even get me started on that. But all right. So yeah, check it out if you want to see some E3 goodness, and you know you can't go to E3 because tickets are like $900 to $1,000.
Which they're already actually sold out, so they can't go anyway.
Exactly. Right. So check it out. All right. And thanks for listening, everyone. We'll have another episode next week as usual, and we hope you have.
Will that be our? Sorry to cut you off, but will that be our E3 predictions podcast?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening.
All right, see ya.